Greetings, folks. It's me, post-production chef here. Not in the post-editorial world, but the actual bakery itself. So you guys get a little sneak peek at the new building that's here. But a brief rundown. Had to reset my laptop because it was acting all funky. So all my stuff, including my OBS and all the settings for my OBS, kind of got messed up. So the sound in today's video is good, but it cuts out every now and then. So I do apologize for that. I'll try to get that fixed before next episode. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. Have a great day. Post production chef out. Greetings and salutations, y'all lovely loafs. It's me, the one and only Reddit Chef. And in today's video, we are going to continue working on the pastures. That's what I'm going to be calling them. Before I do that, I'm going to be harvesting the majority of my wheat. Sensitivity is way high. Don't get me wrong, I like having high sensitivity, but there we go. Just don't like it too high, you know what I mean? Also, yeah, I had to reset my my laptop because it's very light. So I'm off a bunch of my things are off this video. I do apologize. So I hope you all bear with me for the time being. I would appreciate if you do. Last episode is so far doing well and doing well. I could see it topping one of my popular videos on this channel so far, being where it's either the one where I build my house or I build this farm. I don't know. But I hope y'all are having a lovely day as I am planting my seeds in this my crop yard. But like I said, today's episode, we are going to be building my farm. Without getting shot, of course. So, there we go. So yeah. I'll get to that. And like that, we now actually have a lot more bread to our disposal. So that's a very good thing. I'm trying to remember if the maximum distance that a singular block of water can hydrate. I'm trying to figure out if that was 8 or like 4, a 4x4 or a 5x5. It's a 5x5. Why have been? I could have spaced it out a little bit better, but oh well. But ooh, hey, those clouds? Those are broken clouds. That's like broken. Not control. Customization? No. Fun. Oh yeah, no. Putting those on. I kind of like having my Hey, Ruffles. Where was it? It was in video, right? Probably. Clouds off. Yeah, those are clouds. But in yesterday's video, we finished terraforming this small section of the farmyard, and terraformed it a little bit too, chopped the trees, told the story of how the Earth came to be, albeit very terribly. So yeah, but at least we got a lot of the call it, a lot of I'm gonna brain fart here. Logs. Got a lot of logs. I'm used as I build a lot. Anyways, I'll make the path here, and then we'll get to cutting. But first, I'll need to go do a mining trip. Don't worry, folks. Don't worry. I won't make you. I won't make you sit through another mining trip. 'Cause I'm gonna be honest. I don't think people can handle uh, on another mining trip. Down into the mines I go. All right, hello, folks. Hello, loafs. I went down into the mines, got some cobblestone, a lot of cobblestone. Now I'm currently smelting these bad boys to stone itself. But for now, we are going to be doing some uh, digging until the meantime. Going to be placing these bad boys. I think I want the pathway to go somewhere like that. I dug out the pathway like I wanted it to, but you know, still need to refine the shape of it all, you know? Yeah, you guys know what I mean. But in the meantime, I guess it's story time. You know, I think I'm gonna make that my thing, at least for this series, while I have nothing else to talk about. Let's see here where we left off. If I remember correctly, in the creation story, or at least how the world came to be, and how the gods, specifically the Olympians, came to power. So, if I remember correctly, after the whole Titan Maki, after the battle with the Titans, Zeus imprisoned the Titan, Tartarus. The world came to order. And after that, you have Ovid's origin. It goes into the ages of the world. And it's worth noting that in each of these ages, that as time passes, each age is represented through a kind of metal, with the very first age being the Golden Age, where mankind was fashioned from mud with the help of Prometheus, and they lived in harmony pretty much. They didn't have to work at all. They didn't have to really do anything. The world gave them plentiful bounty, and they didn't really need to farm, hunt, or what I found funny, the way that Ovid categorizes sin, if like the way mankind becomes very wicked, is through he represents this through like boats by mankind being able to sail. And but yeah, that golden age was very prosperous, and this age was propagated by the Titan. And when the gods took over, Zeus fashioned way, the eternal spring, if you will, and in its stead, he commanded the four seasons to take its place, which is weird because I find it a little bit weird. If you know anything about Greek or Roman mythology, you know that spring comes about from Persephone's kidnapping and her stay in Hades with the underworld. So yeah, there you have that. And mankind no longer could live under the stars. They had to fashion themselves houses out of the caves. And so mankind lived to seek out warmth, because Prometheus had yet to grant them fire. And eventually, I don't think I mentioned this age either. What the age was called after the Golden Age came the Silver Age, and then after the Silver Age came the Bronze Age, where mankind slowly started to become more corrupt and wicked, plowing into Gaia's earth, killing her soil to provide themselves. And subsequently, after the Bronze Age, comes the Iron Age, where man's wickedness starts to become more noticeable as they dig down into Gaia's core and stripping her of her resources, such as like iron, all that, all the ore. Eventually, it gets to a point where the gods themselves no longer could support this, and so eventually comes a flood. But really, where this whole like, downturn becomes very, like, you could see the downturn of mankind is in the story of the king of Laconia. And his story is very fascinating because if you remember, he either tries to feed the gods his son, like either the gods his son, or he does something wicked in the eyes of the gods. Regardless, what happens is that due to his wickedness, they transform him into a wolf, and I find that very funny. Not funny, but more in the sense of interesting. The fact that this could be the like one of the oldest interpretations of the werewolf, if you really think about it, which honestly I find fascinating. And regardless, after the king of Laconia, which transformed into a wolf, mankind still continues their wickedness, and the gods who can't stand the wickedness that humankind has inflicted upon themselves and the world, decide that it's better off to flood the world itself. And so, and so, Jove decides to command all the nymphs, Nereids, sea nymphs, river nymphs, all the nymphs, as well as, in addition to Poseidon's wrath, or in this case Neptune's wrath, supports his brother in his efforts. And so, he he also commands the waters to rescend, and eventually mankind's folly is brought down upon by a giant flood, and the entirety of Greece, world itself, is flooded with only a few people surviving, specifically two people called what was his name? Give me a second. Okay, I looked it up. Okay, I went back to the book. You have two individuals by the name of Deucalion and Pyrrha. And these two survived by building boats and pretty much being like innocent people, very innocent, pious. And so they were distraught by the world flooding. And so when the oceans, no, not when the oceans, um, when when they land and found shore, they went to a near. It was either a cave. It was something. They went to a place where there was an oracle, and they consulted with the oracle, asking what they could do to either receive the waters or bring mankind back. And if I remember correctly, what was it? Um, Let me read the book because I'm not going to claim to know this off the top of my head. Let's see here. Let's see. Give me a second. Nearly there. Oh. The oracle says to them to pretty much to leave for sanctuary, cover your heads, and take off their clothes, and then cast the bones of your mighty mother behind your backs. And Pyrrha is dumbfounded by this and shocked by it, really. And so she does not want to do this, but Deucalion figures out maybe that the Oracle was telling interprets it another way by 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 uh, by unclothing themselves, leaving the sanctuary, and throwing mud or some kind of stone over their shoulders, and thus mankind is born again, this time without wickedness, sin, all that. And honestly, I found that interesting, just seeing another culture that has a flood myth that also uses the flood myth to purify the world itself. Because you also have the Babylonians, aka the Sumerians, also had a similar story. Which is, I think, told in the Epic of Gilgamesh. I think. Could be wrong. But yeah, no. I find that very interesting. How a lot of stories have flood myths. Really similar myths across the globe. Then again, it's not that odd considering the fact that a lot of ancient civilizations lived near bodies of water that were prone to flood, the such as the Chinese living in the Indus Valley of the Yellow River. What I'm trying to say is that a bunch of ancient cultures lived by river sources, with the Egyptians living near the Nile, prone to flood, the Sumerians, the Sumerians, as well as later Babylonians living in between the Tigris and Euphrates. So it's not really no wonder so many cultures had a kind of flood myth, and majority of civilization arose near some kind of like water source. So it's not really something strange, more of curiosity. Think about it. But yeah, no, I'll stop the story right there as finish up this here. Tear away. Boom. Like that, we now have a functional staircase, and I kind of like the design of it. I'm gonna have to get a bird's eye view of it, make a pillar up, but I kind of like this. It looks and feels pretty cool to walk on. So I'm gonna go over this bridge and check it out on the other side of the river. Yeah, that looks cool. I'm not gonna lie, that looks very, very cool. But for right now, I am going to build a kind of a house on here, something, because while that's nice, don't get me wrong, it's very functional. If it's out, it feels very out of place, and thankfully, we have a lot of. Where are you? Come on, where'd you go? You coward! Come on, fight me like a man. Come on. Yeah, you won't cross the. Yeah, run away, you coward. Pansy. But all right, I'm currently going to currently have a lot of cobble. Did a another mining sesh. God, I didn't know I was gonna say that. But yeah, no, did another mining spree. Specifically over there. Thank the lords, there's an actual cave nearby instead of having to go all the way across the bridge. But for this house, I'm thinking more of like a what's the word I'm looking for here? More of like a domed roof. Because well, my other roof, my actual house roof, is more of a like just straight up square roof. So I want to have some kind of kind difference in shape, you know? Because as we all know, variation, the joy of life, or something like that. I can't. I don't know the exact quote, so I just made my own quote on the spot. Or I just fall. Should I? Yeah, that'll work. But I do believe after I build this house that this episode is going to be finished. I could get it right. Because I need to edit this video, upload it, so it'll get you guys on time. But I also have to do schoolwork today. Hey, I'll actually be able to put these stone bricks to use. What do you know? Making more stone bricks was actually useful in the long run. Who would have thought? Nailed it. Not really, but you get the picture. Okay, come here, get this, make that. Perfect door placement. Amazing, in my opinion. Really, I don't think anyone is able to look at this. Look at this intricate design. I am a genius at heart. And put boom, right there. And then we'll add just stone here. And now we head all the way back to my house for rest. Where is he? Coward, come back here. Are you long legged? You long-legged son of a gun, where'd you go? Here. Come here. Okay, scared him off. Good. But yeah, no, look at that. That house looks so cool. Of course, probably could have had some kind of separation. Uh, just for another day, I guess. Yeah. You know how you do, you gotta make the sticks, and then you gotta make the sticks, and then you gotta make the planks. Then you gotta rest up your logs. Then you gotta make sure that you don't use all your planks because that would be a very dumb and ridiculous idea. Put that bad boy right there, that bad boy right there, and you transfer these chests, these ferni, the ferni, and then you transfer the chest. Gonna be do some littering, because who's gonna stop me? The police? I don't think so. My world. Put the chest right here. Put the ferni right there. And we are missing a set of chests right there. So yeah, that's that. It, this is a lot of stuff. I'm gonna need the chest, guys. There's the chest. Put you guys right there. Then dirt. Like construction materials goes in here. Because I know for a fact I won't be eating all you. I could probably separate these guys to separate things, but right now, that's another me's job. AKA future me, and future me is gonna hate past me for not doing the organization. But what does he know? What is he gonna do? Beat me up? I don't think so. Future me's a coward. I know that for a fact. And like that, well, not like that. Pick these up. But like that, this place is starting to look very lively. Um, you know, spent an entire episode just really terraforming and making a singular house. Well, I guess it's more of the journey than the journey than the destination itself. So yeah. And besides, I'm pretty sure y'all lovely loafs would love to hear me yap some more about random things. I know for a fact that's why some of you have chosen to subscribe to me. That's gonna be bothering. Oh yeah. But yeah, this has been Reddit Chef. I hope you have enjoyed the 11th installment of the bakery. I do hope y'all have a fantastic, wonderful day because I know I will. But besides that, I wish y'all the luck and see y'all later. Good day.